By all accounts, the deal is not sewn up, although today's announcement of talks in Brussels came after the meeting between David Lammy and José Manuel Albares in No. 1 Carlton Gardens had ended, which suggests that at least it's not all gone belly up. Over the weekend and ahead of today's meeting, the UK said the fuller bilateral relationship would be discussed and, as was expected between two foreign ministers, one of whom had just returned from a visit to Ukraine, and ahead of the UN General Assembly, the agenda was wide-ranging. Both men spoke of the important historical relationship the UK and Spain share, and the cooperation on a wide range of issues, including as NATO allies in these challenging times. What must have warmed the visit even more than the unusual sunshine in London was the Foreign Secretary's statement that the new Labour government was determined to have a reset with Europe. So, among discussions on climate change and energy, was the hope to achieve what was again described as prosperity and security for the people of Gibraltar, with a new treaty which Mr Lammy said would cement the UK's relationship with Spain and the European Union. This was echoed by Ms Albares, who spoke of the common prosperity for Gibraltar and the 300,000 Andalusians who are connected in their daily lives. What took place today were discussions, with the UK having warned ahead of the meeting that there would be no negotiations without Gibraltar present. There was also a strong message sent over the weekend that the UK and Gibraltar were singing from the same hymn sheet and would be talking with one voice. Whether for context, content or effect, the Chief Minister had met with the Foreign Secretary ahead of today's meeting. And so negotiations continue as a deadline of the 10th of November, when the EU entry-exit scheme comes into effect, looms nearer. But there have been deadlines before. EU Vice President Šefčovič will host a meeting in the European capital when the four men will meet again. It will be in the same format as those previously held and will be Mr Lammy's first meeting of this nature. Fabian Picardo says he looks forward to continuing the work of seeking an agreement for a UK-EU treaty on Gibraltar's future relationship with the EU. He adds they still have technical issues to resolve, but remains optimistic. How close we are to a deal remains to be seen, as work has continued behind the scenes at a technical level. It'll be the third trip to Brussels. Lucky for some, unlucky for others.